message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Exposed Radio.
It's a family affair if you want to look at it that way.
It is. I totally agree, and I believe I believe that this wisdom on the wall is going to be a movement, and that's what I believe we are doing. Is we're creating a movement where people essentially, even after we've presented in these workshops, then they'll be inspired to sort of document some of the things that they've gone through and empower somebody else. So it'll be like a chain effect. So they'll see that, we were just three women who have gone through various things and experiences in our lives, and we just took the opportunity to sit down, put it in a book, and then it'll be a movement, and then other women will be inspired to do the same thing. Let me tell you, we are better together. We are so much better together, family. I'm telling you. When we band together, put our resources and our experiences together, we can create a movement, and that's what it's about, inspiring people to do more than what they may currently see of their own lives, that they can do so much more. So, yeah.
You are exactly right.
The Inspired Radio Show. Tune in every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, one with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have, well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much like you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're
then your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's
and
horrible.
The pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they are also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at bats, his last.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's radio loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Where's my phone? What's wrong with you today?
I thought you had some juice.
Crazy. You've been crazy all day today.
Yeah, just thinking.
I know, me too.
About a lot of stuff.
Word.
I can't hear nothing. Another week of It Is What It Is Radio. Y'all know how I got to start it off. Moment of silence for my brother Jamel Raymond Bishop. This is King Porter Forever Friday. Moment of silence, please. Let us bring it down. Yeah. How's everybody doing?
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q. I'm here for another wonderful Friday.
Yeah, we got Mr. White with us.
It's a pleasure.
He's back.
Mr. White.
He's back. And hopefully everybody, how was y'all week? You had a good week?
Where did it go? It was very
This
quick.
rain had me just dreary.
Facts.
Yeah.
Working, going to volleyball games, sleeping. And of course listening to the news or watching some news. I'm just starting to really watch the news again because it was so depressing.
Yes.
But I got some topics for y'all that I need y'all input on the Texas shooting. I want to know how y'all feel about that.
Usually I would say ladies first.
Yeah.
I would be the lady and I would go first. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pass the mic right here.
Pass the mic?
I am. I'm going to do that.
Put Mr. White straight on the spot?
I'm going to put him on the spot.
No, not on the spot, but okay.
It's the first time we actually met, so I got to put him on the spot. I wasn't here the last time. I was in Georgia getting my children.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, I can only speak from the account that I heard. And if I recall what I heard, she thought she was going into her house.
Yes.
Or her place. To her, it was an intruder. And upon her entering, I'm guessing, entering the apartment, she saw somebody that she did not recognize and she shot her.
Yes.
I was talking to my mother. She actually told me the story first. And she said, you know what? She said, there was a time where I moved and my apartment was in an identical location on another floor. And how embarrassed she was to walk up and to try to open up a door that didn't belong to her. So I begin to have some empathy, sympathy for the police officer. It's still some things that I need to know.
Right.
Because I know the studio when I walk in, right? I know the furniture and the scenery looks different than mine.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right? Exactly.
So what it tells me is that, or what that particular scenario tells me is that, hey, I'm in the wrong spot.
Pretty much.
But let me lean on her side just a little bit. If I'm a police officer, my life is in danger at all times. I may be paranoid, right? I may carry a degree of paranoia with me. And unfortunately, I may be thinking shoot first, ask questions later.
Right.
So, unfortunately, somebody lost their life.
Right.
You know, he'll never come back on the side.
No.
True.
But I would really like to get more details before
you go in.
Before I go out.
Well,
so here's the thing.
You go.
Jump in right now.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
So the first thing is first. You mentioned. I'm gonna touch on what you mentioned first, and then I'm gonna talk about the situation.
Okay.
Because what you said and what you mentioned actually spoke volumes to me. Because this is something that I'll always say. If you're paranoid to do the job, don't do it.
True.
Because you are a public servant.
Yeah.
And none of us, well, no, regular people, right? Civilians, we don't walk around with bulletproof vests and things like that.
Sure.
So if you're a public servant, I should not be on eggshells when it comes to dealing with people of the law, people wearing a uniform. So I say that to say, when you're wearing a uniform, that is part of your responsibility to recognize that, okay, if you're a little shell-shocked and doing your job, you need to take a step back. They have lots of support systems within all of the different service agencies, whether it be the police officers, no matter what level, whether it's local, state, Fed, military, because I'm a retired military, retired Air Force. So there are resources for that. And some people more than others may get even more routine opportunities to use those services, such as speaking to a counselor, speaking to a psychologist, because those are the most stressful jobs that you can ever become in. You know what I mean? It's a very thankless job. So in saying that, if you, like you mentioned, if you walk into a place and it does not look like yours, your taste and my taste are going to be two different things. His taste and your taste are going to be two different things. You knew something was off. Yeah. So to tell me that, I thought I was in the wrong place and then I just shot, that's a bunch of a mess. Now, back when I was younger, Q, right? No restraints. The world is my oyster, Q. Drinking all the time because I was a young airman and military people, a lot of us do drink. I've had cases of being in the dorms when I was, young and having fun. Yeah. And I've had drunk people come to the doors. Oh, dude, I thought that was my spot. But you know what they do? Oh, sorry, dude. And they go about their way.
Right.
Not know, hey, let me scream commands at you and then shoot you. She knew that. In my eyes, I just feel like she knew it wasn't hers. Unless she was under some type of intoxication or maybe on some meds or something. Something's not right. Now, I will tell you that as I've been watching, there has been photos released.
Right.
With them knowing each other.
Them two together.
Now, as a female, the first thing I said out my mouth was, they used to deal with each other. He probably tried to break up with this lady, and this lady was like, nah, I ain't going out like that. That just automatically just popped in my head as a scenario because you hear about it all too often, unfortunately.
Okay.
So there has been pictures that surfaced to show that they had some type of connection, some type of something. Because how, if you don't know me, how are we in the same picture?
Yeah.
And the one that I saw today, it was actually 4 individuals. I think it was 3 females and the young man.
And
Okay.
And on top of it, and I hate to say this, and to all my people in blue, y'all know I love you. I got family members that wear the uniform, and I thank you for what you do. Yeah. But unfortunately, I know that there is some type of code out there where people try to villainize the victim.
And that's,
You say that you found weed, because that's what came out today.
Right.
It was on the news that they found some weed in this young man's house.
Right.
Weed. So you're bringing that up to try to villainize him to say, well, this is why he got shot. No, stop doing that.
Right.
This man was in the comfort of his own home. And even if he was using the weed or whatever, we don't know if it was for medicinal purposes. We don't know the circumstances. At the end of the day, that man was in his home chilling, probably had his feet propped up watching TV or something. This lady bust in there, bop, bop, bop. Life lost.
Life lost. Yeah.
And he did a lot of great things. So it's a very unfortunate situation. And what bothers me is that they went right to a manslaughter charge when it should have been murder.
Yeah.
You knew what you did. Your life was not in danger. Your life is not in danger if I'm sitting back like this, looking at the door, and you busting the door, talking about, you know, screaming whatever commands that she was screaming. Your life in danger is me coming at you and showing a sign of aggression. Not you at the door and I'm chilling, watching it.
Yeah.
You know, doing whatever it is that he was doing.
Yeah.
So that's my problem. It should have been a first-degree murder charge.
Right.
She knew what she was doing. Because, I mean, even when you're wearing a uniform and you are a police officer, it's different, you know, safety practices. You're not allowed to work after you've been on duty for a certain amount of hours.
Right.
Just so, you know, you don't have issues of fatigue and things of this nature. Because we need you to be on your best alert and your best guard when you are protecting the people.
Right.
So I didn't mean to show emotion, but it just bothers me because this woman, his mother is burying her child over something that is more to the story. And then y'all try to villainize this man and add salt in the wound and say, oh, well, it was weed found.
I think he was dealing with her personally.
Exactly.
And things went left. He probably was like, look, let's not do this.
Yeah.
But did you hear in the reports, they said the neighbors were saying, a neighbor heard him saying, heard her asking him to like open the door. Open the door. Then another neighbor heard him say when she shot him, why'd you do this to me? So I don't know, it's an unfortunate situation. But, and then on top of that, it happened in Texas.
Yeah.
So I hope that justice will be served, but us in Texas, I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, very.
It's unfortunate. And I feel like this is such a nasty topic that can open so many, like, angles and boxes and stuff. Because it just... I try to walk carefully when I say things. I try to tread carefully because, again, I don't ever want to seem like I'm coming off at the police because I love them and I do what I can. I do little special things for them. You know, like when it's cold, sometimes I buy little coffees and hot chocolates and just randomly give them out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a very
30 seconds.
job. But at the same time, it's just like, man, when does it stop? When do we stop getting treated worse than animals? Like, it's just... That just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
And as someone that served in the military and put my life on the line every day and even had my family in danger at some point, I still have friends, shout out to everybody in the military because no one knows the sacrifices that we really make.
Right.
You serve your country and then you still have to come home worried about, wow, am I going to get shot? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Very sad.
All right. Well, we got to go to a break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. It is what it is. Ready.
So anyway.
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council. Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org.
Because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13.
Protect your... You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We can get right into it. Look, the camera just came back on, but like we were saying,
Let's get into
a lot
it.
has went on. We were talking about the officer that came into the young man's house and basically killed him. Mistaken, she was mistaken in her home for his, supposedly, but I don't believe it. I don't, but.
So, okay, so let me ask you a question. I just want to pick this thing apart.
Sure.
My first question is, what would y'all do in that same scenario? What would you do?
Police officer?
Yes.
One, I'm gonna say this too. Yes, we can go to a wrong apartment building. I mean, apartment door, whatever your house, and jingle the door. But once you go in, it's certain things.
Right.
People's homes have sense. Nobody's home smells the same. I'm not saying it's dirty or clean,
too.
but
No, that's
like
true.
when you go into my house, you smell my cologne mainly because
yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I got you.
Grandma home smell like grandma home. She could look when she walked through that threshold. No, this is not home. You know what home smell like.
Right.
But if that was me and I was the officer and I, mistakenly went into someone's house and I saw what I saw, I would first, announce myself. Police.
In your own house. I'm asking.
Yeah, probably.
That's still protocol.
That's protocol, yeah. I'm pretty sure if I'm going through that extensive training, even though it's my home, I see somebody, yeah, I'm going to let you know. Police.
Okay. So after you make that announcement.
After I make that announcement. See, the thing is, all right, let's say they're in sight. Lights are on.
Okay.
If he's
now,
not
do we know
harming
whether
me,
the lights were on or we don't
no,
really
we don't know that.
Okay. All right, good.
So we can play devil's advocate for both. Lights are on and I see the subject. If he's not harming me, well, no, I'm not even going. That's the politically correct answer. No. if I see someone in my home,
yes, sir. Talk to me.
I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, I mean, I probably would, but it depends on the circumstances. Like with that, it's almost certain that they was a couple or they was doing what they was doing, and she murdered them flat out.
Some type of something there.
Yeah, something was there.
They knew each other some kind of way. It was some type of
on the flip
knowledge of each
If
other.
the lights was on, she had to recognize them, right? So you can bring it back to me. If you're in my home and I recognize you, I'm not gonna kill you, but you're gonna be injured.
Okay.
You're gonna
Buy
be
that
injured.
gun.
Possibly, yes. Yes.
Because I've been through this before several times in my drunken days as a young person.
Right.
You know, in 20s, early 20s. For those, don't judge me. My natural reaction on the cases that happened was, what the F are you doing? You know what I mean? Just because I was so shocked. Like, why are you in my room? Like, what? And then I tried to, like, fight them. You know what I'm saying? I tried to attack them. But to just, like, bust a cat, no. For me, I don't, unless I felt threatened. If somebody's coming at me in an act of aggression, then by all means, it's a self-defense thing.
Right.
I'm probably going to shoot you. Now, I try not to be a killer, but I'm definitely, they're going to put you on the stretcher some kind of way.
Right.
Because I'm being attacked. But if you're not attacking me and you just like a drunken dummy or something like that, I'm probably going to cuss you out. I'm probably going to try to fight you off. I'm probably going to call the police. But to shoot to kill, no, I can't see me doing that unless my kids or my own, life was in danger. I couldn't.
I'm gonna keep it real though. Something, how can I put it? Something like that happened to me before, but not exactly. This was a while ago, talking to a homegirl of mine, and she lived in these confusing apartments. Like Frankfurt area, right?
Yeah.
So she gives me an address. All right, I'm in the shower, the door open.
They all look the same too, yeah.
I go into this house, this is no lie, and it's quiet. So I call her back, and I'm walking in. I ain't see nobody in there. But from the looks of it, it looked like it was a family home. It wasn't just her house.
Yeah.
Like toys. Wait, hold up. Where you at?
Right.
I went into a wrong apartment before, but with them, nah. She killed that man on purpose. I believe. I believe it. Then, her superiors didn't arrest her.
Nope.
They forwarded it to the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers are like, well, what? Y'all was, through protocol, you're still supposed to arrest her even if they're your own. Then you put the weed into it.
All of a sudden, that just like mysteriously just came out today.
Yeah.
That your unit, your core, your band of brothers and sisters is going to give you some grace that they wouldn't give to somebody else.
Yes.
In a similar situation.
The human element, more than likely, that's going to come in part. Yeah. And if you're my homie, I'm not going to want to be the one to be like, come on, dog, and I'm putting you in cuffs.
30 seconds.
Because you've got the human element. Now, you have some people that don't care about that.
Right.
The law, I'm going to go by the book. Yo, you my homie, but cling. And yo. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case here because they ain't like us.
Right. Well, we got to go to a break. We will be right back. It is what it is, radio.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
About the Texas and then a little heavy hoop.
So we were kind of talking off air about feeling bad for the female officer involved, right?
Right.
But my thing would be this. I could entertain that thought process if she had showed some type of empathy or sympathy for what she did. Because, and again, this is just Q's thoughts. In no means, shape, or form am I a psychotherapist, a psychologist, anything to deal with any of those things, any of those different sciences. But as a regular human being, right, if you was to take somebody's life, there should be certain feelings that you have. Oh my God, I just took somebody's life.
Right.
You know, maybe even a little bit of sadness. Wow, I killed an innocent being. I killed somebody.
Yeah.
Some type of feeling should have followed that action, even if it was just being in the midst of just being shocked at first, and then, wow, I took somebody's son from their mother.
Did you see the footage?
But the fact that she didn't do any of it, to me, she didn't look like she felt any type of sorrow, any type of sympathy, empathy, any type of anything after she did it.
I don't feel sorry for her at all. I'm sorry.
What was her demeanor like? Like, because I didn't see it.
It just
like
had her
regular,
pacing like
regular,
like she was just on the phone, just going back and forth talking about what she did instead of she wasn't even there with her. You know
right.
So, no.
They said it was like a slight pause before she even called, and from what I heard, when she did call them, it wasn't nothing in her voice. Like her voice projections wasn't even something like, "Wow, I just did this." It was just on some regular stuff.
Hey. So do we know is anything leaked about her personality, her previous conduct on a police officer? Was she known to be irate? Was she known to be aggressive? Was she any information on her personality?
There was something that she was involved with a few years ago, and unfortunately I can't remember the whole backstory with that, because to be honest, I cut it off after, you know what I'm saying? When they kept trying to make him seem like the bad guy,
right.
I just tuned it out, because it does not excuse the fact that you did what you did. Yeah. I'm sorry.
So what if it were, let's take the race out of it, right?
Yeah.
And let's say if it was an African-American female officer, would we feel differently about that?
I would feel the same way. I don't see, like, you see this nose that I have, man? This European, like, some kind of nose. next to so many things, I don't have a right to be prejudiced at all. I see right is right, wrong is wrong. If it was black on black, I would say the same thing. I'm sorry.
I
You know,
agree.
at the end of the day, it wasn't right. And I don't appreciate them villainizing this man. I don't appreciate them trying to protect her. It was wrong.
I think they were in a relationship, or he was hitting her.
Yeah, it was something going
Right,
on.
and come on, you never that tired.
I hear that, but what I'm saying is, what is it that leads you to believe that they were in a relationship? Like what? Because I didn't see everything.
It's the picture. I'm gonna have to try to catch and pick it up for you on
Please,
break.
I want to see this picture.
At first they were saying I heard that it was speculation that they didn't have any type of dealings with each other. They didn't know each other. But then I saw the picture. So unless it was photoshopped or something, there's no way you can deny that they don't know each other. And Kaya, hey Kaya, and I hope I'm saying your name correct, sweetheart. She said, feel bad not. She had no sympathy and was given preferential treatment. In her uniform, how lethargic was she coming home from work? She was in and out of booking process from 7:20 to 8:30.
That's it.
She has killed before. Oh, thank you for bringing that to our attention. So many things said she's dead wrong and given privilege. Well, dead ass is what she said. Dead ass wrong and given privilege. And she's seen the pictures in the social setting. So
right. Them pictures are floating. It's gonna have to take one of her friends or something just to come out. Look.
Right.
This is what happened. I think he was hitting her. He was hitting her. She got hooked. Baby, I love you. I want you. Or he might have had another woman in there. She might have witnessed it by them being neighbors. She ain't like it.
Yeah.
So you think that she intentionally went to the wrong place to kill him?
Yes. I wouldn't even say to kill him, but yeah.
To approach him about
for something. Yeah.
That was no accident. Not at all.
Now, if it was two black people, we wouldn't really be having this conversation. Or if the roles were reversed, we would. If it was a black man killing a black woman killing a white man, she'd be fried. Point blank period.
Yes.
That manslaughter wouldn't be manslaughter, it'd be murder.
It would have been murder.
That bond would not have been bond. She was still, I'm going to tell you, they would have news clippings of her in jail in her county Orange. No bail has been set for such and such. But this lady get a bond. She was in jail for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
You killed somebody. You went to jail, came home like that. That's crazy.
I mean, I know even though this wasn't Texas, but I know there was a lady that ended up getting 25 years for bucking a warning shot in the air over an abusive husband that they knew was abusive because it was documentation. They had all type of, the order with the order of protection against the guy, and she shot a buckshot just to get him out. Didn't shoot him, didn't touch him. Just a warning shot to back him off and scared. She caught 25 for that.
I heard about that.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't say again it wasn't the same state, but again I'm just using as an example. Like she didn't shoot anybody and caught 25.
Right.
So how you murder someone in cold blood and you didn't even do an hour?
That's crazy. That's
so. The jury is, however it goes, the jury is going to have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she walked into this place intentionally to kill this man.
Now, honestly, do I think the jury will come to a clear verdict? I think so, but it won't be in the favor of him. I don't.
So you think she'll be guilty on the manslaughter?
Yeah, guilty on the manslaughter.
I think she'll catch manslaughter.
She'll get the manslaughter, that's it. She not gonna get murder. No.
I feel like the only way that would happen is if, like you said before, somebody that personally knows her, a friend, an associate, comes out and say, hey, this is what happened.
They got another one on us.
So, I don't know.
It's crazy, like, man.
We
killing each other and they killing us too. What is it going to take for us to stick together? Who knows? But shouts out to that man's family, man. That's tough. That's tough.
And it's awful. So Robert just, hey Rob, he just chimed in again and said you have to hear the lawyer talking. and they have a witness saying she was banging on the door trying to get into the apartment.
Yeah,
And that's what
I heard
Ty
that.
had said, you know, you said
Let me in. It's people rallying saying, let me in with this man picture. That's what they going off of, yes.
okay.
So, I mean, murder in the first degree, I think.
Unfortunately, and just let's think about this for a minute. I always say to make sure that you always have a witness. Make sure it's not your word against somebody else's word. That man is not here to say what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, that works in her favor.
Yeah.
Because she can say anything.
Anything.
Happened.
Yeah.
And if she's the police on top of that, you forget about it.
But it's sad. And then like Ty said, what do you do when you have that factor going against us and then we killing each other? Because I'm sure you guys heard about the young man that lost his life as they were burying the brother.
That's another one. Do y'all want to wait and get into that, or y'all want to get into that now?
You know what? We want to get into it after
Listen.
the commercial break.
Yeah, that's another sad situation.
That choked me up.
A lot of speculation with that one,
Absolutely. Don't make it right though.
No, it don't. It don't make it right. I want to hear what you. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on that.
You always want to hear my.
Look, I'm gonna say that we're gonna get into that. Matter of fact, we're gonna get into that at the 10 o'clock hour.
That sounds good to me.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about that one at 10 o'clock. But as far as with this,
yes.
What do you think, Mr. White? As far as what you heard, what you think?
I'm just trying to put myself in her shoes, and I'm saying that.
You're such a sweetheart.
I'm trying, because you know it's easy to say, you know, somebody died, and have sympathy for the person that's deceased and his family. And I have all regards, prayers that go out to the family. But I'm saying to myself, if I walked into my house and somebody was in there, right? If I thought it was my house, because that's the argument she's going with.
Right, yeah.
If I thought it was my house and I walked in and somebody's in there, my gun is drawn, I may or may not say something. I'm be honest.
Be honest.
You never know.
I mean, and then my dynamic may be different than hers because I have kids, you know, and I'm assuming that nobody else was there, but even if they weren't there, I want to send a strong message that my kids live here and you're not going to come in here no more.
Right.
So my gun is drawn. I may or may not say something. And if I see movement, I can't say that I'm not going to shoot.
Right.
I can't say that honestly.
Right.
So let me flip the coin for a minute.
Flip it.
Now, if my motive is to kill somebody, and I'm upset and I'm banging on this door saying, let me in. I know that I'm a police officer and pride is going to step in. And maybe arrogance mixed with that if there's a difference. I'm barking at him. I'm going to shoot him and say, Dad, I thought this was my house. I mean, it's on the same floor. He can't say anything. He's gone.
Right.
So now I'm going to build an argument off of that. Well, you know, I know I'm guilty. I killed this man. But I thought I was really in my house. I thought he was in my house. I was scared for my life.
Right.
And I go as far as to say, and I don't know if this came out, he said this, he said that, he said this and said that.
Oh.
I can do anything I want.
You can, yeah.
The chess game is in my favor.
Of course. And that was how she came up with the argument in the first place. I went into the wrong house.
To be honest,
she had that pre-planned.
I don't think she that smart. I think she was helped with her alibi.
Okay.
Reason being, the pictures show that it was more than just. First, they didn't know each other, supposedly.
Right.
Pictures come out. So now y'all know each other. The pictures that you see, they're in each other's personal space. Nothing against a woman. Nothing against a woman police officer. But mentally, you got feelings for that man. You're not going to come up Of course, you got to keep your poker face on. You could be angry. You did go to kill him, but once you do that, it's something. You got a heart. You got a heart.
If you deal with him like that, well, I don't know. A scorned woman.
Yeah, but I just don't think I could be wrong. I just think somebody helped her. I'm sorry.
No,
just how it was well put together.
I don't think that it was her by herself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But like I said, I can't see no other way around it, just because, again, if you did it as a mistake, you would have hurried up and called somebody, hey, I need the police. This is officer so-and-so, and this is a blah, blah, whatever the codes are, and this is a da-da-da-da. If you truly felt that you did nothing wrong, if you truly felt that you did nothing wrong, and it was truly an accident, because she's a person of the law, by right, I hate to say it, but it's going to tip in her favor. They're going to take her word over somebody else's. So where was the empathy? Why didn't you just jump on the horn? If you knew that that was a mistake, the first thing is, oh my God, I messed up. Let me try to save this man's life. Because when you're in a situation like that, time is of the essence. You can't not make those phone calls. As a matter of fact, let me take it even further. As a person of the law, you are a first responder.
Right.
You are taught to do CPR and other life-saving techniques to preserve this life, or at least do what you can until the EMTs and the actual medical personnel arrive. If it was truly an accident, and she truly was trying to make it right, why didn't she start applying CPR? Why didn't she make those phone calls? Why didn't she call the first responders? Why didn't she do these things? They were right there at her fingertips, and if I'm not mistaken, on the radio, there's certain call signs that you can put out there to bring the medical service there, the EMTs or whatever. None of that happened.
You're right. Hey, you might need to go on the law.
I think you on to something. Let me add to
Got
that.
too many bones in my closet. They be like, wait a minute, I know them tattoos.
I'm very hard pressed to say that she went in with the intention of killing this man. Very hard pressed. It's something that we don't know. Some kind of verbal exchange that happened between them two. And it's some kind of history there. I'm just speculating. Yeah. There's some kind of history there. That's where I agree with you. That caused it to get to this boiling point. I do believe that it could have been a mistake. But her first call, I mean, think about it. If the three of us are officers of the law, I'm not calling in first. I might call you and say, look, man, I done killed somebody.
Right.
What do you think I should do?
Right.
So this is where the other person comes into me. And all speculation. Look, hold on, breathe.
Right.
Calm down.
Right.
Tell me what happened.
Right.
Okay. Based on what happened, this is what you need to say. You need to say this. You thought it was your house. You walked in. I mean, it's on the same floor, but it's just, it's the same apartment setup, but it's just on another floor.
On another floor, right.
And we need to stick to that. So when you get off the phone with me, you need to make that call.
Right.
But I'm not going to make a call right away to anybody but the people I feel most comfortable with.
Right.
True.
That's in my line of business.
Right.
And say, look, I messed up. I shot him. I didn't know he was going to die. You know what I mean? But I need to know, what should I do? She consulted with somebody.
But again, they're going to say to you, did you check to see if he's breathing? Yes, the breathing is faint. Did you start trying to save this man's life?
No.
Because if he's not, we want to try and save him. That way it is not a murder.
Right.
None of that happened.
I want to read Kaya's comment, but it's cut off for mine. I get to it, I can see a little bit, but it's telling me to see more. And when I press that, emojis come up.
So Kaya said that you can never be a white female cop with a gang of supremacists behind you. You don't know your furniture. As you said earlier, your key wouldn't open the stranger's door. That's a great point too. How is it drawn where were your keys? They have self-locking doors that when you release them, it slams and lock behind you. Then Kaya also says she don't buy it, Mr. White. Nice try.
Oh yeah, nice try.
She said nice try?
Yeah, she said nice try. And then she was saying, Nikki chimed in and said she agreed. And then Kaya also said, yeah, the rental office she feels helps her too because they have electronic keys. Right. And then, you know, she said, no, her cords got her out. Like you guys mentioned, she consulted with somebody, escorted her into the back of the police station, and that's that. If not, more harshly. Thank you, Kaya, for all of that.
Yeah, thank you, Kaya.
Shouts out to Kaya, Dunbar Poets.
All right. I like you. That's a whole nother talk. I don't like it.
So, Mr. White, we trying to sway you our way, totally. You still got some remorse for this lady?
I only have empathy for her because I know that if that were me,
30 seconds.
Somebody's in my house, it's gonna be some problem.
But it wasn't your house. It wasn't
right?
Her
Yeah,
house.
look, it wasn't even her house.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I paid. That's why I wanted to speak to both sides of the coin.
Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm sure her nose.
That's what I gotta go with.
Right. Yeah,
that was my house. But if I know it wasn't my house, then I'm saying to y'all that it had to be some kind of history that caused me to get to that boiling point.
Yeah.
Right.
And I shot him. I didn't know I was gonna kill him. But I wanted to send a message to this man.
Right. Hey, we got to go to a break, Mr. White. We'll be right back. Please don't go nowhere. We're not finished yet.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. Uh-oh. We fed Mr. White a little more knowledge. We got to get the floor back to Mr. White now.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me turn that down.
From what I saw,
after
the shooting, as she's going back and forth, she looked like she was panicking to me.
Mm-hmm.
She was clearly on the phone. We don't know who she was talking to, but she looked like she was panicking. Now, here's another part to this, what I didn't know. Because, again, you guys have more information than I did. The chief is an African-American female.
Yes.
Right.
So, I want us to hear that out loud. So, we in Texas, and there's a stigma with Texas.
Right.
Right. When we think Texas, our people tend to think the Bushes, you know, the corrupt government, segregation, if you will.
Right.
Prejudice at a high rate. But here you had this African-American sister as chief. It doesn't change anything that happened.
Right.
But when we're talking about a situation where you have an African-American man that's deceased and you have a white female police officer, without me knowing, I'm thinking that her supporters are predominantly Caucasian. I'm thinking that.
Okay.
But seeing an African-American sister as chief, it does something different for me. And I'm gonna tell you what it does different. I would be hard pressed to think that that sister would support her if in fact her intent, or it can be proved that intent was to kill a young man that looks like us. I'm saying us, chief police,
Right.
African-American brothers deceased. We from the same village. I would be hard pressed to see that chief, if that chief was to support this system. So is it an issue of, or is it a matter of, you know what, we both blue and that's cold? Or is it,
That's
you know
cold.
what, you killed one of my brothers?
That color, now this is going to be a time that I'm going to say the color don't matter. Yeah, she black, but you just said it.
The blue?
That's a brotherhood between them. She answers, I'm almost certain she's a chief or whatever, but she answers to, whoever she answers to is Caucasian.
Okay.
Could be.
I'm going to tell you this.
Could be.
Only way, one, they're going to get manslaughter. Only way that I would see her beating it, which is not going to happen. A black judge better fly in from somewhere.
That was actually what Robert kind of said. Only way she getting any time is if judge, as a black male, 3 laws, 1 white man, and basically that's what he was going with.
Okay.
That's it.
So this is what I'm hearing, y'all.
That's what. Well, what I would say is
ain't-
this: the chief, as the chief, she is definitely in a terrible situation because of what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Do you follow the code of the brotherhood, the shield, or like how would you feel? Like where is she at with her feelings in this?
Yes.
Because it's one thing to take it personal because that is your brother,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And wearing the uniform, you have to feel a certain type of way because these incidents happen too many times.
Yeah.
It's damn near becoming the norm. Like, and I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to put it in the atmosphere, so I pray that it never becomes the norm, but you hear about this stuff more often than not.
Yeah.
So as the chief, as the black female chief of police, wow, that's a tough, I wouldn't want to be in her shoes, I'll say that.
While y'all was talking, right, you know what I just thought about?
I knew you was thinking about something, I saw them
Listen.
eyes going.
We had a black, we got a black police chief, and this happened in Texas. We had a black president, and people was getting whacked. We had a black president. If we gonna talk, no, it's different. But if we're gonna put the, the black empowerment card out there, I don't think it matters. I don't think by her being black.
No, he wasn't saying the empowerment card. That wasn't what he was going with it, right?
No, I mean, I know he was saying as far as with support, but what I'm saying is I don't think even with her being black, her supporters, whoever, is going to be that blue homicide. I mean, what manslaughter.
Well, if we go to trial, it's going to be on who's sitting there. The
jury?
It's going to be on the jury.
12.
And all
how you think that 12 going to look?
Well, again, believe it or not, you have a whole lot of people that don't necessarily look at color, they look at right and wrong. And I
30
feel
seconds.
like you have more people that feel she was in the wrong and that feels like she should have gotten first-degree murder and that feels a certain type of way than what the media is going to put out there. And I know we're part of that.
Before we go,
but
you remember Freddie Gray?
yes, I do.
We got to go to a break. We'll be right back. Share, please.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
Black by Demand radio show.
2 years ago. If you broke that bike and it don't work, that's on you, brother. I suggest you get that toolkit out back and then start working with it, right? Yeah. So my son's looking at me like, wow. And I broke down to him how we had got fixing flat tires down to a science. You know what I mean? Sticking the tube in the water. Right? Talk to me, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, critical thinking and seeing. We look at that now and like kids, they not as they not as on hands like we were back in the day.
That's because nowadays you don't have to put the bikes together anymore. They can come assembled.
Yeah, everything's coming assembled.
In the store, they ask you like if you want it already assembled.
Right.
Back then, you just got the box with 1,000,000 pieces.
Right, and today I don't think they could work with that.
It's just like the thought process. Nowadays, you get a bike that's already put together. Now, when you were younger, you had to put this bike together.
You got to put it together.
That basically closes your mind into learning how to do something. Now.
Yes.
Now you're giving it something. So, okay, you take this. And this is what it is.
Right,
so now we have to run with this instead of teaching the child, this is how you put this together so you see the result as this.
Right. Critical thinking. I like that. So look, that's your so let's go to our first commercial break.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Check out this flashback from It Is What It Is radio show.
Paul he was chilling. He was doing his thing. Y'all, you feel me? Love y'all family. You know what I'm saying? And like for him to be taken away from you, snatched away from you, just like that. You feel me? It's like damn. Another good one gone. You know what I'm saying? Like why you taking the good?
30 seconds.
You always end up asking like why?
And like again. It's a lesson that it's a test of faith. You feel me? Gonna take you through these tests. You feel me? You're gonna go through these little phases in life, yo. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you just gotta recognize that.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Mr. White, you just mentioned something that the world definitely need to hear. Definitely. You hit it on the nose, though, and I didn't even think of it like that, but you're right. Can you share what you was talking about?
Yeah, well, I kind of hit on it earlier, but just to sum it up, it's just the sister who is the chief added another element to me that we should pay attention to, because it boils down to whether she would be willing to protect her village or rather she is committed to protecting the blue. And we talked about how the blue is a code and in an analogous sense. Blue is a complexion. So it's white, black, and blue in this situation. You know? And it so happens that the Caucasian sister is blue. The chief of police is blue. And then you had this black man on the outside who was murdered.
Right.
So it's just, you know, I have, I know we could transition to another topic, but I tend to ask myself, like, what would I be loyal to in that situation? And I would want to say that I would be village enough to hand my papers in. If I feel like I had to be that loyal to blue, but yet my village is gone, or somebody from my village is gone, because the truth of the matter is, if one of us go, then all of us are suffering.
I agree.
Right. I would just be willing to submit my paper and say, look, you know, I can't do this.
I would
You're not willing to make that kind of stand, then we see where you stand.
Right. Yes.
That's the bottom
yes.
for me.
I'm interested to, I'm just watching everything unfold.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens with that. Any final thoughts on that, Q?
Well, before I go there, I have to say, shout out to my cousins up in the Boogie Down Bronx. New York is in the building. Hey, y'all up there. You know, I love y'all. I can't wait to come to eat some more food, so get ready.
What up, B?
Tuning in.
The BX.
The BX. And all my New York family up there for all that matter. But we got a lot of work to do because people are outraged, but then the outrage only stays with so long, and then it goes back to the regular thing.
Exactly.
And it's a broken process.
Right.
How do we fix it? It's broken on all faces of it. Every angle. The law needs to be changed, needs to be updated, needs to be more transparency. The whistleblowers, well, I don't even want to say that because it's such a negative stigma attached to that word, but you know, those that, like you said, want to do the right thing and say that, hey, my brother and sister that I share this shield with is not doing right, and they dirty or they doing whatever it is. They should feel like they can do so without any repercussions, without anything coming their way. With these issues and these problems and nobody there to check it, the check and balance that's even set in place is broken. How do we fix it? I don't have the answer.
Right.
It's going to have to take a whole lot of people that's willing to change. You can't go fire everybody. Ideally, that would probably be what you would need to start over from scratch and get all new blood and all new different mindsets. But that's not reality.
Right.
So what do you do?
Well,
I don't know.
Who is in who is holding the police accountable? Like, who does the chief report to? Is that the mayor? Does the chief of police report to the mayor?
Part of that, and then you got the internal affairs. They're supposed to be the ones to check all these mishaps and all these different things. But again, if that's your homeboy, what are they really going to do?
Right.
Cover it up. That blue.
So it's tricky.
I'm with you on that though, Mr. White. I would had to turn my papers in. Got to go.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
And just trust God that He'll open up another door.
Gotta trust God, absolutely.
Yeah. So unfortunate situation. You know, life was lost, but pray for his family and hopefully justice will be served.
Praise up.
Now, this past week here in Baltimore City, it was a funeral that went on. One mother was burying one son. Shootout started. Her other son ends up dead. Your thoughts?
You want to go first?
Your thoughts?
You know, it's disgusting to me, to say the least, that we've gotten to a place in our communities where we can't even honor the dead.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like at some point, you would think that there would be some kind of parameters and boundaries, even if you're in a gang, which is nothing but a bunch of homeboys, right?
Basically.
We just put a gang to it and wear the same colors, right?
Right.
You would think that they would be at least this moral enough, just this moral enough to say, you know what? Let the dead, let them bury their peoples.
Right.
Let them have their time to grieve. And then we can handle whatever we're going to handle, if in fact we're going to handle something.
Right.
After that. But to get to a place where our village, and I'm going to use that word again on purpose, where we get to a place where we would kill people at a funeral.
Right.
We are at the lowest morally that we've ever been as a people. There's no, our consciences are seared. There's no regard for human life. And selfishness, which is the root of all sin anyway. Selfishness has taken its place to a point where they become their own gods and determine that I have the power to determine whether somebody lives and dies. We are at a bad place.
Yes.
True.
Evil is at an alarming rate in Baltimore City. And I always personalize these stories, these accounts. I'm at a place where I wouldn't even feel comfortable with my kids going to visit somebody who was, you know, who has passed in their generation. Just to protect them. And just to make sure that they're not in those kind of environments.
Right.
But it's disgusting, to say the least.
It's definitely a sad situation, but, and I'm gonna be perfect, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. when I first heard about it, I said, dang, they would really be disrespectful and do that. But then I had to take a step back and go to April 14th, 2016, when I'm by my brother's casket, looking at everybody come through. Anybody that started my brother too long, I'm on them.
Right.
So, and I'm gonna be real, if I had a gun on me that day, and I didn't even know who killed my brother, but just the emotions. So, he was wrong for bringing the gun, yes. We don't know what he was into as far as the streets, but bring that back to me. I wasn't in the streets, but I was angry. So, when your emotions get to running high, you never know what you would do. Hopefully you would be smart enough not to do nothing like that.
Right.
But with them, what I'm thinking, honestly, just by thinking about the situation, and this is just my thoughts, I think that the person that killed the brother came to the funeral. That's just reason being. Or I would say this, he came to the funeral and basically didn't hide, of course, like made it known. Or somebody seen him. That's just what I think. Basically somebody, the person that did that shot him, brother seen it, and it happened right there. That's my thoughts. But sad situation. But when emotions run in, and it's very disrespectful to shoot up a funeral, for one.
It is.
But when your emotions are like that, and you don't know, they probably were in the streets. So, which, you know, calls for that, guns and things of that nature. Drugs these days, they probably was high, never know. I'm not making excuses for them. It's a sad situation, but I have been that upset where it's just go. These days, these kids don't think, so they just acted on it, I think.
So you probably know something I don't. So are you saying that the now deceased or the latter deceased brother had a gun with him?
Yeah, they were shooting at, he apparently was shooting at whoever shot him.
No.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna just touch on some comments real quick. Hey everybody, thanks again for viewing. Make sure you share us. So Sabrina said, no respect for life or death. JC said, you don't desecrate the transcendence of a spirit. Cuzzo up there, Tamika, she said, shaking her head. Kaya said, the mother is also hospitalized. That's the lowest form of dishonor and disrespect. The highest level of dishonor and disrespect. Our community is immoral and disturbed. Even the mafia ain't get down like that. His mother may she have peace, but surely all is be thinking is vengeance. Tamika also said this time and generation has no respect how it was when we were younger. JC said the citizens got to step up, stop living in fear of the evils of this world. Sabrina also, you know, gave her sympathy to the mother and basically said the poor mother, how can she live with a broken heart? And of course they thanked Ty for being real and just showing his realness about his situation, how he's what happened to his brother. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. Sad situation, man. Sad. I just feel for the mother though, like you're going to bury your son. Who in a million years would have thought that she'd be burying, well, that she would witness her other son lose his life right there and like that.
Was it? Oh, you gonna say that?
It hits home for me only because, like, at the site where this took place, I have some family members buried there.
Okay.
So I immediately internalized it as, wow, it could have been anybody there. It was any and everybody there, showing their respect. And damn, you couldn't put your feelings aside like for 2 seconds to let this mother bury her child in peace. He already was a young man. 18, you have not lived your life.
True.
You have not lived your life. And I know I seem like I'm getting upset. And I'm getting upset because when does this crap end? At what point? At the end of the day, is it ever that serious to take another person's life? Is it ever that serious?
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I mean, I have to.
I want you to, because I try to really get my mind, and I'm talking about violence, period.
Right, but the more I think about this, the more I think about that situation, it takes me back to, like, I was in a dark place. When my brother got killed, I was I wasn't here. I was here in the physical, but I wasn't here.
You wasn't
so,
here in the mentals, yeah.
I'm going to say this. If I'll put myself in the shooter's hand, in the shooter's place. If, let's say the person that died may have killed my brother and I got word that they were there at that funeral, I would have done the same thing.
With your mom there, though?
With his mother there? You mean with his mother, not my mother?
I'm just saying, no, you said if that was, you said you put yourself in
if I'm there
the
and if, let's just say it's his family, right?
Right.
That killed my brother, and they burying somebody, and the person that killed my brother is there. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. I saw it's one when my brother died. My brother was like a major part in the family, so a lot of things shifted. So I saw my mother cry. My mother hugged me, and I went through that.
Right.
So, and like when it happened, I said, Mom, you don't need no bail money. I'ma do what I'ma do if I had to. But that pain that I saw my mother go through, yeah, I wanted whoever did that to my brother, I wanted his mother, his brother, his kids, whoever, to feel that same pain. I'm sorry. I mean,
no need to be sorry. Like, how you feel is how you feel, and I can't say that I understand because my prayers, you already know how I felt about you. When
I'm getting emotional talking about it.
I can see, but all I was trying to say was, at what point does the violence period ends? Okay, you doing it at a freaking funeral. The next thing you know, what you gonna run up in the hospital, somebody giving birth? I mean, I'm just saying, if those are the lines that we are crossing, because people do it in the church.
You're right.
And that's terrible. You know, and even as a military member, y'all, when you in war, there are laws to war. Yeah. Part of that is you don't run up in the church if somebody is there for sanctuary. Now, if they're running up in there and using it as a Cody to try to come at you, then by all means, you do what you have to do. Because it just changes the whole dynamic of what you're doing. But you're not supposed to go in no hospital and shoot up. You ain't supposed to do certain things. There's certain places that are marked as a truly safe territory unless you turn it into a combative situation.
Right.
So if we have laws when it comes to war, where the freak does it end? That's my question.
Honestly, it's never going to end, but I think the level of the crime be depending on the level of how personal the situation is.
We gotta let it go sometime. And I just say that because, what I'm saying is this. As men, you guys are out, y'all put the fruit, right? We can't reproduce without a man. So if all the men are shooting each other up, where is our generation? Remember the song Self-Destruction?
Right.
Think about the words in that song.
True.
Where does it end? You know, they already taking our men and locking them up. Because you definitely ain't making no babies behind there unless you in touch with some things. Which, I don't know, you might have the moves. You ain't making no babies behind there.
Yeah.
You definitely can't make them on the other side of the ground.
Right.
So at what point do we stop and say, okay, let's figure out another way?
30
I
seconds.
can't bring nobody's pain, and I can't act like I know because I don't know. I know the pain I felt when I've lost loved ones to the streets. Unfortunately, we're from Baltimore, a place where everybody has been touched by that in some shape, fashion, or form.
Right. Right.
I don't know.
Take us to a break.
So listen, y'all out there, we need y'all to call us. Call us up. Let us know what's going on. We're about to go to a break and we'll see you very soon. Share.
Yeah, that's...
Family affair, if you want to look at it that way.
It is. I totally agree, and I believe I believe that this wisdom on the wall is going to be a movement, and that's what I believe we are doing. Is we're creating a movement where people essentially, even after we've presented in these workshops, then they'll be inspired to sort of document some of the things that they've gone through and empower somebody else. So it'll be like a chain effect. So they'll see that, you know, we were just 3 women who have gone through various things and experiences in our lives, and we just took the opportunity to sit down, put it in a book, and then it'll be a movement, and then other women will be inspired to do the same thing. Let me tell you, we are better together. We are so much better together, family. I'm telling you, when we band together, put our resources and our experiences together, we can create a movement. And that's what it's about, inspiring people to do more than what they may currently see of their own lives, that they can do so much more. So yeah,
you are exactly right.
Be Inspired Radio Show. Tune in every Wednesday from 7 to 9
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Let's rock this jungle.
Yeah!
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning.
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great!
And endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing.
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're
going
to do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
just broke up
And go past the first
apparently
3
she's
lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then drive
think
5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the right.
30 seconds.
I'll see you later tonight.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We gonna bring it back. Yeah. Let's let the people hear it, cause we was getting into it, y'all, while we were off air.
Yes.
So, what you was saying, Mr. White?
So, I think that, as I say, the root to all sin is selfishness. And for me to be that selfish, to say that I want the family to feel the pain that I feel, I think to myself, I say, they don't have anything to do with it. If I'm, if I really want to give back at and I'm speaking morally, and I'm going to speak morally, but generally, I'm just going to use God. If I think I'm God, I can take out anybody I want to take out, because I determine wherever you live and wherever you die and when you go. So put myself in that mindset. Even that mindset, Uncle whoever don't have nothing to do with that.
True.
So why don't I just go at the person that I have a problem with? We have people out here that'll drive by a community, and they just guns. And let me empathize with them as well. There's a certain feel of power when you shooting that gun, right? It's a certain, you feel that there's a fire behind it. It's an emotion. There's an energy behind it. It's like, yeah.
It's false sense of security.
False. All of that, right? Yeah. But the 7-year-old girl don't got nothing to do with that. She just want to play.
Right.
The uncle don't got nothing. I was talking about your uncle. The one that you said
got
cigarette hanging out his lip.
Come here,
he can fix everybody's cars.
Yes.
He like to play the spades game.
Yes.
He don't got nothing to do with that. So why? How can I kill a God yoke get to that point where I feel like the uncle deserved that pain. He don't deserve that. He not caught up in the game. He not doing none of that no more.
True.
So why would I want to kill that man? Why aren't I, see, and let's bring it back a little bit. And let me just say this, and I'm just being who I am. I'm a holistic personal trainer. I'm a conflict resolution guy. I used to always say that fighting is an immature way to resolve a conflict. It's not over.
Right.
I beat you up, you beat me up, or whatever have you. We still got wounds we got to deal with.
True.
It's not over.
Right.
Back in the day, we believed in the 4 horsemen, right?
Oh, yeah.
If somebody was losing, they come to our crew.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna let you lose.
Right.
And it just continued. It was on and on, but we wasn't shoot nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got to
Game
a
change.
point where we evolved in the generations, and the generations got worse.
Right.
And now we at a point now where we have killed a family. 7-year-old girls.
Right.
Right.
It's just, that baffles me. If you got a problem with that person, then you deal with that person.
Right.
And listen, if you want to be mature about it, if you want to learn about how to be mature about it, you come to me. I won't even charge you.
Right.
We can sit down in the same room and be real men. We can remove the emotions.
Right.
And you can tell me why you don't like this man, and you can tell me why you don't like this man, and we can talk about it like men.
Right.
But to pick up a gun and expect a gun that has no master to resolve a conflict is immature, man.
True.
And it gives you an absolute result because there's no coming back from the end result.
You're right.
In most cases, anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you're blessed to still be around and have to deal with other injuries or whatever. It's a very absolute finished result to a temporary problem or a solution.
Right.
And what pisses me off is that sometimes you go ask these people what was the beef about, they don't even remember.
They don't even remember. Yeah. Or they telling you what somebody said, somebody
right.
said.
Right.
They don't have facts.
Right.
Just like you were sharing.
Right.
Somebody saying, boy, I know who did it. So-and-so did it. They showing you this. And it's all a lie.
All a lie.
Because let's take a step back. I'm going to speak generally because I don't want to offend nobody today. The prince of the power of the air is that good enemy. Satan, he is the father of lies. And he is good at what he does.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
So he can have you to a point where everything you see and everything you hear points to the fact that this one person did it and they didn't even do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just that good.
Right.
So
that happened.
That's where we are.
Yeah, that happened to me.
And then it affects other people. And like you said, where does it stop? Because, I mean, I hate to say it, and I want to try to say this in the most politically correct way, because, again, I don't want to offend. But usually the people that are doing these things don't even end up getting the person that it was actually what they were after.
Right.
It's usually all the bystanders that get harmed.
Right.
And placed in harm's way behind something that had nothing to do with them.
Right.
Sometimes they don't even know the person. So what do you do?
Let me ask y'all this, since we're on this topic. Am I wrong for or do you all think I'm wrong for feeling how I feel? I'm not saying that I would kill their family, but that person, like I can't let it go. I can't. I'm not still riding around with my gun looking for him like I was or nothing like that, but it's still a part of me that needs answers. And I kinda, we'll talk about that story later, but yeah, it's hard for me.
And you have the right to feel how you feel, because no one can jump inside your body and say, Ty, I don't feel this way.
Right.
That I know how close you are to your family, especially to your brothers.
Right.
So I remember when you went through that time. So no, you never have to sit there and apologize for how you feel. I tell people, even if we ain't talking about that particular situation, you feel how you feel. You make no apology because that's how you feel.
Right.
And it's going to take some time for you to heal. And who am I to sit there and put a timeline on your time?
Yeah.
It might not ever go away.
I don't think it will.
You know what I'm saying? That was a piece of you, but time will at least get you to the place where you can continue to move on and stop looking at certain things with an evil eye or a hurtful eye. You know what I'm saying? The comfort part.
Right.
It made no sense how it happened and why it happened.
Right.
But I do feel like within time, it's like, okay, you can go on another level with your feelings.
Yeah,
It could be too soon, but you don't apologize, man. Please, you don't apologize how you feel.
Oh, Kaya has a good. It's cutting me off. Can you read Kaya's?
All right. So Kaya said, "Good and evil is within us all. There's no outer being that controls our evil. Our demons are ours. We must hold ourselves accountable. Stop blaming." Tyree, no, you're not wrong. He had some non-effing business coming there, and since he did one,
30 seconds.
No, he came on some ish. Okay, I'm sorry, I tried radio edit the girl.
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
We gotta go to another break. We'll be back in a little bit. Don't go nowhere.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, one with a home run,
hit the home run.
Right. They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're.
Then your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
Then the pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. He's 0-4 with the.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
He said, hey. You want to get into some more of the comments real quick?
Sure. We do have to catch up on comments, everybody, because we was deep in the stuff over here.
Right.
So JC said they have no balance. Lack of balance will have you making bad decisions. Yes, we agree. And then 2 spirits live within us, good and evil. We got to make better decisions. That's what JC said. And let's see. I'm going to go back to one and,
hey,
that's all I'm going to read.
No, wait a minute. Kaya said, now I can see this one. She said, imagine mourning your loss and wiping your tears and you see the murderer and you have a gun on you.
That's tough.
Yeah. What would you do?
Well,
yeah, I'm not current. Well, so you never know what they into, and
again, shout out to Kaya.
Shouts out to Kaya.
It's only one reason why I'm gonna have a gun on me. That's it. To protect me, well, two reasons. To protect me. Well, I guess it will be in the lines of protecting, because I'm protecting just in case I gotta use it, and even if I'm using it, I'm protecting myself, right?
Right.
So that's it. I'm trying to step outside of that for a minute and say to myself, why in the freak would I need to take a gun to a funeral service? I'm not on the block.
Right.
I'm at a funeral.
At a funeral.
My brother just passed, right?
Right.
That's what happened. My brother just passed. I'm at a funeral. If I feel like I got to take a gun, then I probably don't need to be there.
Right.
True. Let me ask you this then.
Shoot it.
You mourning your brother. Y'all hustling in the street. Your brother was beefing. He was beefing. He beefing with some Emerson Avenue dudes that's going to give it to you on sight. You might not be with the foolishness, but you know these dudes that he was beefing with might have been about that mess. Now you in the life now.
Yeah.
They ain't playing with you.
You're right. So this is what I would say. I would say, you know what, Ma? You know what I'm into. And I respect my brother and I respect y'all. And I'm going to be man enough not to even show up, because I don't want it to happen that if I show up, these guys are going to retaliate on me. That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Now all of us, what about the, boy, you got to go. That's your brother.
Oh, that's when.
If we see them,
listen,
you know how it go.
I do. And I'm glad you said that, because fortunately for me, I've never been the kind of guy that followed the crowd. The crowd followed me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the difference.
Right.
So I never had to contend with, boy, you soft, or boy, you won't do that. I don't know how it feels to be that individual.
Right.
So it's very easy to be coerced if in fact you're weak. To do something that you really shouldn't do or don't want to do. Because if I'm that guy, then of course I'm gone. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be at the funeral, and then I'm going to carry my piece with me. I'm going to be there. But my challenge to the youth and young adults is that don't be that guy.
Right.
And if you're too weak, then number one, you need to know that you're weak. You need to know your place, and you need to step out of that arena, because that's where the wolves live.
Not for you.
That's not for the sheep.
You're right.
So if you're a sheep, you don't need to be hanging around with wolves.
True.
But if you're a wolf and you're really a leader, then you need to respect your mother and the rest of your family and say, you know what? I don't want that at the funeral, so I'm going to withdraw, because I know if I'm going to be there, I'm going to have my gun there with me.
Right.
And something might go down.
Right, right.
That's what I'm thinking.
These days, they don't think for themselves.
No, they don't. And
pride and perception. So, like I said, I think, he probably didn't want to go. But he probably had his homeboys, boy, you got to go, that's your brother. So,
and can you really trust them?
No.
And look, that's a whole nother
That's a whole, right. Please read Kaya. Look, I don't want to keep making you sound like, Kaya going, Mr. White. Look,
shout out to Kaya.
Listen, it start off, Mr. White. We got to hear that. It's cut off on my phone.
Mr. White, I'm trying to speak in your voice, girl. Mr. White, you may have received words, they coming for you because they know you coming for them. You will want to protect yourself. They still going to come whether you show up or not. They're banking on you being there. I'm by no means saying any of this is right, but if you put yourself in the seat of a white female cop, how can't you understand this? Who would you leave to protect your mother then?
Yeah. Kai, shout out to Kai. I don't have no rebuttal for that. Checkmate, you got it.
Shout out to Kaya. Okay. Gotta get you. Call us up, Kaya, 410-702-5657. Get you on the phone line.
Dang. Okay.
That was a good one, though. That was. She got another one. I'm by no means. Did you read that one?
Yes, baby.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's because it's like a run-on with mine.
Because she was going in. My baby was going in on them keys, plucking them.
That's what's up. We need more of that. And we thank everybody for tuning in also.
And we love you too, Kaya Boo.
Yeah. But yeah, that's whew, tough situations though, man. Tough situations.
We gotta do better, y'all. We gotta do better.
I would love to hear from the youth on this.
I would
this
too.
one.
I want to talk to somebody that's caught up in that world. I just want to get in their mind for a minute.
Right.
And really hear their voice. What are they saying about these kind of situations? I can only imagine what they would say, but I really need to hear from them.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, I would love to hear it.
Just to see
This is
where their mind is. But a lot of these youth these days, they following each other, not really following anything positive. So I can kind of mimic or say, I already know what they're going to say. A lot of them anyway, but we got to put that together with just some good scenarios.
Yeah.
And do that. Uh-oh, Kaya said, what's the number? 41. I'm typing it now. 410-702-5657. Kaya, let's see if you can call us up and grace us.
Hey, cuz, yeah, Mickey would be good for this conversation. So you gotta tell him call next time we have this, and I'll make sure I let you guys know up there.
Shout out to cousin Mickey.
Mickey.
Cause Mickey would be on it, huh?
Yeah, he would be good. You know, I don't know. This whole thing is, I feel like where we went wrong. I knew we were headed for a dark place when I would come home and people would talk about death and the deceased, and I have a lot of emotions behind it, like it was the norm. That's how I knew we were actually headed a bad path. You know, seriously. So I don't know. We gotta get our mojo back, guys. We gotta get back to 11th place. I mean, what happened to we got beef? Let's scrap it out.
Hello, somebody.
I don't understand. We gotta get back to that.
Can you hear us? Kaya.
Looks like we got a caller.
Can y'all hear her?
I
Kaya.
can't nothing. You know,
I can hear you.
Do we need the headsets to hear?
I don't even
Hello?
think those work anymore.
Kaya, we're going to give you another number to call in 1 second, Kaya, okay? Call us back. I'm going to give you a number to call.
So that the phone line don't work.
Okay. So how do we, look, I'm new to this.
Hey, give us.
Hello, Kaya's on the phone again. Can you hear us? So
Hey, it's Kaya.
How you doing, Kaya?
How y'all doing tonight?
We good.
You know, I'm not out there. I'm not from that lifestyle. I think that's why it's so easy to put yourself in that position. Because we can all sit and say what we would sit here and do. First, Tyree, I wanted to say to you, I don't think you're wrong for how you feel. You know, your peace will come when it comes. There's no praying for peace in that kind of situation, to get comfort in that kind of situation. Right. You know what I mean? In that this situation is heartbreaking because we all have been in a situation where we say, if somebody killed my loved one, I'm on. None of us can act like we don't speak that way out of anger or pain.
Right.
It's just unfortunate that in that position, the person who had that perspective ended up dead.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You can hear it?
We can hear from it there.
Okay. My fault, Kaya. We try and get this thing situated. I'm the only one with an earpiece in here, so I'm the only one that can hear you.
So guys, be patient with us.
Yeah, be patient with us.
Technical difficulties.
Getting it together. Technical, all right. Not difficult. We just trying to learn, and I'm trying to learn this new system.
Right.
For real.
Okay,
Might look. I don't want to be too ghetto, but I get you to call my phone. But you on speakerphone.
I'm glad I got through anyway.
Yeah.
This was a great topic tonight. I'm glad I tuned in.
Thank you very much. Please like and share the show, and please keep.
You know I done said it all over the place. You know I done said it.
I appreciate you, babe. We gotta get you up here soon.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping to come through and visit one day.
Okay. PPO3, baby.
Always. For life. Love y'all.
Love you too. Look at the Mervo.
First of all, I don't like you. I don't like
That's all right. My brother JC on here too. We
yeah, he on here. We can't get through.
Okay.
Another convo for
right. We gonna look. We gonna do that around homecoming time. We gonna get our
coming up soon too.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to all the schools.
Yes, all the schools.
Every teacher in the Baltimore City and County school
Our
system.
city in pain, yo. Our city is hurt. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is, ain't it?
It's disgusting.
Right. I wish y'all could hear.
know we
Kaya,
can't hear
we gonna get you on this group thing soon, Kaya. I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna come through, Ty.
Okay.
I'm off every other Friday. I'll come through.
All right. I'm gonna get back to this. All right, Kaya. Thank you, though. Thank you.
And I'm kind of sick, so it might be my voice sounding crazy.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you a little hoarse. But we
Hey, yes,
get with you
Tamika,
here.
thank you for sharing us with the 848 group.
Okay.
And yes, we are every Friday.
Every Friday.
9 to 11 p.m. Thank you.
I see you, JC. I see you. Yeah, got my back. But I ain't gonna get in the
Whatever.
pick.
Look, let me just put this out there. I don't care about y'all dumbball poets.
You wanted to be a dumbball poet.
Oh, I never wanted to be a dumbball poet. Mervo
Everybody
is
wants to
what
be
I am, baby. That's what I represent. And Lady Lee is not here tonight, or else I would have my in-house back. But
Yeah,
it's
you
cool.
would. You would. What school you went to, Mr. White?
Mount St. Joe.
Mount St. Oh, okay.
Okay, he not even in this conversation. And of course, it's out of love, everybody. Y'all
That's
know
what's
that.
up. Yeah, we had to lighten it up a little bit.
Yes, it's a very dark
I
one
got a
this
little
week, huh?
emotional. I apologize, y'all. But I was taking through.
We had another call?
We're going to kill us. Hello? We're going to kill the phone lines. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Hey, Tyree.
Yeah.
It's JC, yo.
What's up, baby? JC on
Mr.
the line.
Biz, what you doing?
Look, I'm gonna have to repeat everything you say because we can't. I'm the only one that can hear you.
All right. First of all, fam, everybody wants to be a dumbball poet.
That's right. First, look, I'm repeating everything verbatim. First of all, JC said everybody wants to be a dumbball poet.
Okay, first of all, JC kick rocks because that's not true. Thank you.
Go,
you heard
preach
that
on,
loud
brother.
and clear. And I'm
We throw rocks.
Yeah, we throw them, baby. We throw rocks. For years, we've been putting a rock in the hole. What's going on,
No, we
good
throw
brother?
bones.
What's going on? How you doing
Check
today?
this out, hey, big homie. Look, right? Yeah. I was in the street. You feel me?
Right.
And I was around a lot of people that was in the street, but they was different than me. You feel me? The problem with these kids is they don't see reality outside of. They see reality. The neighborhoods they grow up in, where they grow up at. If you ain't exposed to something, it's just like working a job, big homie. When you go to a job, you uncomfortable. After a while, it's natural for you to be there.
Right.
It's natural for these kids to be there, yo. When they growing up, when they 2 years old and 3 years old, they crucial times.
True.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They going to these schools. They smashing the schools together. You feel me?
Hey,
parents ain't
JC,
doing
matter
no
of
better.
fact, you touching on a very important topic. Yeah, you go ahead. I'm trying to get y'all. My fault. Hey, JC.
Yeah.
I know the callers can hear you, but I'm thinking, call my regular phone. I'm putting
30
it on
seconds.
mute. I'm putting
Time
it
to go
on
to
speaker
break.
so my co-host can hear.
All right.
He's speaking some good stuff though, and I want y'all to. They can hear, but I want y'all to be able to chime in.
Break.
Yeah. No, that's on a delay though, right? It should be.
You want to tell yourself on yo?
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You back. Yeah, I think we are back.
I like her.
Shouts out to Kaya.
No.
For definitely being in tune. Shouts out to JC. We got to a nice convo, but
yeah.
We're gonna share that later on. He'll be coming up soon too. He had a radio show itself that did pretty well. Talked about a lot of positive things. Yep. Oh. Got to keep positivity in the room. Positive energy.
So tomorrow and Sunday.
Yes.
Is Boss on the Move.
Boss is on the move. Shouts out to Stacy Medlin.
Yes. And my girl, Miss Chris. I know I'm gonna mess her name up.
Mess her name up?
Chris. I could not say it today, Miss Critique.
Yeah, Miss Critique.
I don't know why I couldn't get that out, girl. You know I love you, and I love Miss Stacy. And we're looking forward. We thank you again for coming on the show last week.
Appreciate you. We appreciate you, Mr. White, every time you come up.
Oh, listen, it's fun.
Have great dialogue.
Yeah, it's fun.
Hey,
it's fun.
This one today, though, yeah, y'all, like I say, I was a little emotional, but the topics I think were pretty good. Both of the topics are basically trending. Everybody's talking about that shooting. Well,
yeah,
both of the shootings, actually. And prayers out to the mom that lost her 2 sons.
Definitely.
And the family.
Definitely. Prayers up.
Yeah. Shout out to the John family.
Yes.
It's tough.
Definitely. Man. Prayers going out.
Yeah, so you just got to be careful out here. Be mindful. Be careful.
Share love.
Yeah.
Like, where's all this hatred coming from?
Give more positive affirmations.
Can we please be more positive? Share love.
You gave a positive affirmation when you came in. Did you pay it any mind?
I probably didn't because I tried to be
You complimented. I went to a training on this, on affirmation.
Okay.
You complimented Mr. White on his shirt. That's a positive affirmation.
I love his shirt. Isn't it lovely? The color is just, I like it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I had to say something about it.
We definitely need more positive affirmations in the air.
Yes.
I think that the world will be a better place if so.
I agree with that.
You know, so more positivity. Let's try to spread positive energy, positive information, and delete the negative people and the negative things out of your life.
Matter of fact, let's give everybody some homework. You didn't know you was going to tune in to Is What It Is Radio and give homework, right?
Homework.
The homework for you guys, looking and listening, all that good stuff, is to say at least 2 positive things to someone else by the time the next show airs next Friday. At least 2.
Can we challenge them a little more?
I mean, I'm trying to give, okay, 5. Is that cool?
Well, the number is cool.
Okay.
Let's have them say it to people that they don't know.
That you don't know.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because it got to start from us.
Yeah, it does.
And if you want to take it another level, make it young adults, youth or young adults that they don't know.
That's cool too.
Yeah, because they need it.
They need it, yeah.
We all need it though.
Yeah.
We all need it. Like if it's somebody don't know, just say, hey, good morning. You never know. That good morning that you gave them might have brightened their whole day.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? So that's
positive affirmations.
I got a positive.
Yes.
I would like to offer Miss Kaya
I love it.
a free training session for her participation today on the show.
Yay!
Oh, look,
Kaya!
you might as well. Can you read her? Before you said that, she thanked you.
Aww.
Yeah.
You're welcome, my Kaya, honey. I appreciate you.
Can you read this? Kaya said, Mr. White, thank you.
She said, thank you. And y'all outstanding show, Mr. Miles, love always to my sister, Miss Hickson, that's me. We must nurture and continue to support and strengthen our brothers and children and the protection and support what be ours, the universe says so. Yes, 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 yes.
Hey.
And wait a minute, but negative STD.
Yeah, look.
Wow.
No, check it. I had to get it. I didn't get it. We were talking about positive stuff, right?
Oh, yes.
When I first read it, I'm like, huh? Then I said, oh, but negative STD test. You're right,
Sabrina, yes. Hit the bell on that, yes.
Yeah, because when I read it, I was like, huh?
That threw me off, girl. I ain't gonna lie.
Gotta be quick on the toes. Gotta be quick on our toes. You got us on that one because I was lost for a minute. But you're right, Sabrina. Yes.
And Kaya said thank you, received. So she's going to hit you up on that on that training session.
Yeah. That's what's up
for her. Shout out to you. JC says I walk the path of positive energy and love. I love everybody.
And we love you too, big homie.
Me too.
I ain't gonna lie. JC was probably like 5'6", dunking. Wow.
Oh
5'7". Yeah. It was like if you ain't know him, you'll hear people say, yo can dunk.
JC, we found you got dunking skills.
Wow. Yeah, he got rabbit in his blood. He know it.
Oh, okay.
He got
well,
rabbit
I
in
have
his blood.
to see. I have to see. I don't know.
I don't know if he can do it now.
I say you still got it.
Hey JC, you still got it? Can you still dunk?
Let me find out. You looking like what was that movie? Uncle Drew. Let me find out.
That was a good movie, though.
I liked
that movie.
I liked it a lot. I did.
Oh, man.
Yes.
We just had the ball, man. I'm washed up. I need to pick up a ball.
Nate Robinson. Oh, you silly cuz. Get off here, Nate.
Shouts out to your cousin, man. Shouts out to your cousin. Tomika Essence Anderson.
Yes, Tuti.
Yeah, shouts out.
Hola, all that good stuff up there.
She's Spanish? She's Hispanic?
Rivers, yeah, my cousin, yes.
Yo hablo español?
Cuz that's all he knows, though.
Me llamo Tyree Miles.
Oh,
come on.
Very good.
Come on.
Oh, I can go there.
Muy,
but
muy.
We're not going to do that.
Muy, muy.
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Y tú, muy cansada. Mucho trabajo no bueno. You know what I'm saying?
Blanco. No, I paid attention in Spanish a little bit. A little bit.
Oh, JC said he can still play. Adios.
That's what's up.
Oh, adios to you too, boo. We just appreciate you guys, and we're trying to get our followers up. So please, please, please share.
Yes,
share.
please share the show.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
And we'll have new things coming soon.
Yes.
The merch is coming. The merch is coming. Hola.
And Lady Lee, we miss you.
Yeah, we miss you. I didn't see her name pop up down here.
But I know her. She's always watching.
She's watching.
Always watching.
That's what's up, y'all.
Everybody be careful out there with the storm and everything. Spread love, not war.
Shout out to Camille Collins, man. She's in North Carolina now. I was talking to her last night before
prayers
everything
with you guys. Please,
went on.
please,
Yes,
please.
prayers to everybody. My beautiful aunt just checked in.
Hey, Auntie.
And
Hola.
please like and share the show. If you have any
30 seconds
questions, concerns, we have the Facebook page. It is what it is radio. Please hit us up, or you can DM any of our personal pages. Thank you, Mr. White, for coming. Appreciate you.
Always a pleasure, good bro.
We gotta film when you give Kaya the workout. That's good footage.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Kaya, get ready.
Get ready, Kaya. Q, you want to take us out of here?
Yes. Well, Mr. White, real quick, can you tell them how to reach you? Kai wants to know how to reach you.
Sure. 443-762-6010. That's my direct number. Just hit me up at any time so we can arrange that first session.
There you go. And there it is. So again, thank you all for tuning in to Is What It Is Radio. Make sure you catch us next week, same time, same Facebook stream. And you know you can hit us up on all our podcasts. It Is What It Is Radio. We love y'all. Spread love. And we got to do big things because you're doing big things.
That's right.
Big thing, baby.
Huh.
Like, I just feel like cry.
Q, that's yeah, right.
It's the weekly roundup. Here's what happened this week on Cheryl Underwood Radio.